Something that we can do immediately that I think is very important is to pass the DREAM Act, which allows children who, through no fault of their own, are here but have essentially grown up as Americans, allow them the opportunity for higher education. I do not want two classes of citizens in this country. I want everybody to prosper. That's going to be a top priority.
Only thing that I can do is dream and pray to God that one day I'll be free. See, they don't understand my plea, cause they don't really understand me. Only thing that I can do is dream and pray to God that one day I'll be free. See, they don't understand my plea, cause they don't really understand me.
Hey, so today I'm going to introduce you to the DREAM Act, and I'm going to show you some examples of what supporters and opponents of this bill say about it. But first, Senator Richard J. Durbin, the Democrat from Illinois, introduced this bill to Congress in 2001. And this bill guarantees legal status to all undocumented immigrants who arrived in the country before the age of 16 and have lived in the country for 5 consecutive years and must attend college or serve in the military for 2 years. But in one hand, we have arguments in support of this bill by backers saying that this bill would bring our economy up by young people willing to work hard and pay taxes, and also that it would bring more votes to the elections, and without the DREAM Act there is no way they will stay in the country, much less serve it. And friends also say that it would be a shame not to pass this bill and that it would be the right thing to do. But in the other hand, we have arguments against of this bill by detractors saying that this bill would open the door for new immigrants to come to the U.S. and that it would be rewarding people who came to this country illegally, and that it would protect gang members from being deported. And now I want to show you a video of this girl that has a heartbreaking story and that would definitely take advantage of this bill.
Of our nation. Let me also introduce to you this lovely young lady, Maria Luna. Maria has a heartbreaking but inspiring story. Her mother lives in the United States, but just before she was to be born in the United States, her mother fled the country and gave birth to her on the Mexican side of the border. Maria's mother abandoned her in Mexico at that point, left her when she was only 3 days old. Luckily, her grandmother stepped in and started raising Maria in Los Angeles, California. Her grandmother passed away when Maria was 10 years old. After her grandmother's death, Maria went to live with her biological mother, who unfortunately was abusive, both physically and emotionally, to this young woman. While she was in high school, Maria learned that she did not have legal status because she was actually born across the border in Mexico. She asked her mother to file the papers for her so that she could be legal in America. Her mother refused, and she threatened to turn her in to the authorities if she caused any trouble at home. Maria persevered. She became a straight-A student. She graduated from high school with a 4.2 GPA. This is what she said: even though everything that I was facing at home, even through everything that I was facing at home, I was able to find relief at school. At school, I felt worthy. My dignity was returned. I was valued based on my merit and drive. In 2010, Maria graduated from California State University of Sacramento. She also decided to start to tell her story publicly about why she believes the DREAM Act is so important. Maria wants to go to business school and become an entrepreneur. She's begun a career in modeling, as you can tell, a lovely young lady. And although she doesn't have legal status and can't really be paid for her work, she sent me a letter, and here's what she said. Through my involvement with the DREAM Act, I have learned of many students who, like me, have excelled despite tough odds. One thing that we all share in common is our hunger to succeed and give back to this country. My dreams and ambitions are all for America. This is where I belong. I know no other home. It is here that I was given an opportunity. It is here that I've become educated. America adopted me and raised me as her own. And because of that, I am forever indebted to her. All I want is to have the ability to give back to my country. Mr. President, you and I know that this is a nation of immigrants. We are fortunate that at some point in the past, our parents and grandparents had the courage and determination to come to these shores and fight the odds. They came here speaking broken English, if any English. They persevered through the rejection of people who wanted nothing to do with immigrants. They took the dirtiest, hardest jobs available because that was it, and they prayed that their kids would have a better life. That was the immigrant's dream, and it always has been. That is the dream of these children, that they can have a better life, that they can make this a better country. All they're asking for is a chance to earn the right to be legal, to earn it, not to be given it, but earn it. I'm going to continue to work for passage of the DREAM Act. I hope that my colleagues on both sides of the aisle will look at this in an honest and fair way. I know that immigration has been a hot-button issue since right after the Pilgrims got off the Mayflower. The next boat that arrived, I'm sure some of the Pilgrims said, "Oh, not more of those people." Well, that's the story of America. And thank goodness a lot of those immigrants from Italy, from Lithuania, from Poland, from China, from Mexico decided to stick it out and fight for their future. These young people deserve that same opportunity.
And in the video, that was Richard J. Durbin giving a speech on the DREAM Act. And finally, but not least, I support the DREAM Act because I believe in the American dream. Thanks for watching.